All right, what's up, guys? This is Team Hellcats versus Team Cyberts. Round 2 of the round robin format here. I think it was just luck of the draw that Cyberts ends up staying on this table. Next round, we will have, I believe, Team Triple 60, which is Ryan Hogan's and Jonas Bunch, and some really good players as well on the stream table next. So for this particular match, as you can see, round 1, you've got Mike Archibald, Mark Pollard, Mark Benedettini, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, John Demetrius, and Tony Simmons. And of course on Team Cyber, it's Cody Myers, Jared Coley, Troy Gunner, Joe Crook, and Rick Matsky. And I'm not familiar with a few of these guys from Team Hellcats, so I'm sure that they're good players. They're in the Masters team division, so I do know who Tony Simmons is, John Demetrius, and Mike Archibald. I'm familiar with them, I mean. I wish I could make the board a little bit bigger, but if I go just per round, I can't capture just the 5th round. For whatever reason, it won't let me. So I don't know what the reasoning behind that is, but so I've been trying to make some quick like graphic adjustments so that the scoreboard was a little easier to see at home. Didn't quite get it there, obviously. I was twiddling with it, but didn't quite get it figured out. Now, guys, if you guys could do me a huge favor, I would love it if you guys could share the stream for those of you who are watching. Yeah, if you guys are watching and you could share it, like if you got all the pool groups, all that things. Okay, just trying to get these things shared out. I know it's tough, right? It's early. It's only 10:30 in the morning. We've got a million things going on, so. I think today I will be stopping and restarting, which I know is kind of a pain in the butt for everyone at home to have to jump out and jump back in when we go live again. But if I do it this way, everybody can locate their matches much easier. And that way I don't have to go in later and break down each match. I can just start it and stop it. And I know that's a pain in the butt for everybody, and I apologize for those of you who feel that way, but it's much easier. What's up, Zach? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so we got Mark Pollard, playing against Jared Coley on the right table, on table number 6. And then Cody Myers is playing Mike Archibald on table 5. So Cody's at the table. Yay! Yay! I think John is going to be up on one of the 2 tables next. So there's one match, I think, ahead of him. I think Mark Benedict, I don't even know, Teddy Benedettini. I feel like that's I'm going to have a tongue twister with his last name. Benedettini. I'm not even sure I'm saying that right. Okay, so Cody's looking it out, making sure he's making good choices here. I think the one may have dragged just a tad past the side pocket, which makes it maybe not makeable. So I don't know if Cody's going to take and be offensive here, shooting the 6. He's going to shoot it. What he'll do is he'll probably try to play it to the left long rail, but do it past the 1 and bring the cue ball back up. The only problem is getting from the 1 to the 8. It would make your 8 ball, or your 1 to your 8, your last 2 balls. Could make things a little more difficult. I guess he could attempt to play a safety if he would like. And these guys are technically on a 1-minute shot. It's not a shot clock, but they are kind of limited to a 1 minute per shot rule. If the slow play gets to be just that slow play, then they will, you know, assign a referee to their table. As of right now, they have not done that, but did you see? Did you see that? Oh, hold on a second. Let me mute this. My husband can't hear me. All right. Hey guys, just wanted to take care of some stuff on the back end. Cody played that really well. Took him a minute to figure it out, but he got it there. And that 8 ball to take Cody's first rack in this team match between Hellcats and Team Cybirds. All right, so Jared Coley on your right, making that 8 ball. So 2 wins in a row, but Team Hellcats did have good ball count there. So they're not too far down after the first 2 racks. I'm going to play the music for a second, guys. I need to run to the ladies' room, so enjoy the match. I'll be right back with you. All right, what's up, guys? All right, we're back. I had to take a quick break. I sent my husband for some more coffee. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing for you guys at home. because I like to babble when I'm drinking coffee. But, all right, so there's a couple different ways we can go about this. I know we only got a few. Doesn't look like we got a whole lot of sharing going on. So if you're new and you're not a subscriber, please take just a second to subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. It would help me out a ton. That's all I'm really asking for out of my fans. You are also welcome to donate to the stream. You can do it via the super chat option, which if you go into the chat room and you try to chat, you there's a little money symbol next to the spot where you'll tap to chat. If you don't want to do it that way, because YouTube does take 30% of that super chat, I also have a PayPal and Venmo that I can put a link into the chat if anyone's interested in that, or I can even get it put on the screen at some point. Doing a little bit of mixing and messing with some of my logos. So I'm trying to get that up. Oh, it's big. I'm gonna bring that down just a little. We don't want it so big, eh? Just little. We don't need it that big. Here it is. Kind of with the chairs in the way, it messes that up just a bit, doesn't it? We're gonna get rid of that for now. We'll bring it back in at a later date. Once I move some of these chairs around, I keep forgetting to do that, but these guys started their match very quickly. So when I get an opportunity, I'll do that. Say good morning. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you doing that. Absolutely. If you're not having your morning coffee yet, please do so. That way you can be as hyped up as I am about this great pool here at the Michigan State Championships for VNEA Pool Leagues at the Soaring Eagle Resort and Casino in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. All right, so they called a referee, Shannon, the ref here. She's one of the head refs from Canada, I do believe. Called her over to watch a hit for Mark. I'm going to call him Mark B. It looks like on the right we got John Demetrius versus Joe Crook. Right, definitely want to get someone to watch that shot. Absolutely. Score line's currently 20-12. Team Cyberts. Oh, nice breakout by John. John had, I think he did pretty good in some of the singles events. I've seen his name chugging along for a while there in the Masters bracket. John's on your right-hand view. Mark B's on your left. Good morning, good morning. People walking by saying good morning. Hi, how are you? Thanks. All right, guys. Sorry, had to stop. Greg, the owner, and Greg Elliott, the owner and current executive director until he retires in July, just stopped over to say hello. I'm so happy that he came to the Michigan State Championships. He is innovator in our sport as far as our league systems are concerned, and you know, I've been pretty blessed to know the gentleman throughout my my years playing with VNEA, so that was really cool. But yeah, so you guys enjoy the match. For just a second, I'm going to do some backside tech work while these guys are playing. I'll try to update the score as they go along. All right, guys. So all kinds of things happening. I'm almost sold out of Billiard Buddies. I've got 2 3 stickers and 2 2 stickers left. Also have some cue rests with my logo on them from Super Shot Billiard Supplies, as well as some really cool magnetic chalk holders that they clamp over their pocket, and then you just put your chalk inside the holder, and then it magnetically attaches to the holder in your pocket. So it's really cool. You don't have to stick your chalk in your pocket. Works out nicely. Michael, you don't know Joe? Okay. Yeah, Joe Crook plays real well. He's from Adrian. He plays with the Adrian guys. Obviously, Troy is from Adrian. So, Troy, Jared, and Joey all come from Adrian. Obviously, Rick and Cody are Cyberts guys, and Troy's a Cybert-sponsored player. So, they put this team together, and I think they played out of Jackson and Adrian. Yeah, so it looks like Matsky's coming up against Tony Simmons. Is that right? On the left. Okay, and yep, there we go. And then on the right, we got Jared Coley versus Mike Archibald. Yeah, Joe plays real good. Jared also plays really good. If you're not familiar with Jared Coley, he moved to Ohio for many years, and when he came back to Michigan, he played a much higher speed than he did when he left. So that's kind of cool. Sean and Jimmy are not there yet. No, they just weren't qualified in Michigan. So these guys played in Michigan, so they were able to get qualified here. And obviously they're from Michigan, so it was easy. Jimmy and Sean Davis is from here. I don't think he got qualified in Michigan, or he just couldn't get to this weekend. I'm not sure what the answer is for that. Above my pay grade, Michael. All right, so the current score line is 34-28. Team Matsky. They have not come into this match as dominant, but let me be really clear too. They are not breaking. Team Cyberts did not break first this round. So that break in the first round makes a little bit of a difference. They were able to, to steal the serve on the wins. But all of the guys on Team Hellcats got to 6, and with one win, the three other racks, they were able to get to 6, so they just couldn't quite get out. Yeah, right? No, I just don't. As far as like Jimmy, that would be a really far drive for Jimmy. But Sean Davis could have actually played. I would dare to say that Sean probably had something else going on. So that's how Jared and Joey jumped in the mix here for this event. And Mike, there's the Team Triple 60. They're also here with Jose Lero and Jimmy Jenkins, Jonas Bunch, and Ryan Hogan's. Some good work. Good teams. I said work because I saw you type work in the chat. Right, so Rick decides just to kind of lay up there and stick his cue ball underneath, not really leaving Tony much of anything. Not super familiar with Tony's game, but I know he was in the finals of the Open 8-Ball. And I know Trevor Galley, the kid, he played in the finals, and Trevor said he plays very, very good. I walked past Tony a couple times during the singles matches, and he had a clear, recognizable stroke. So I knew right away the kid must play pretty good. Yeah, so Rick used to play real good back in the day, and I was actually telling someone this like 10, 15 years ago, probably more like 15 years ago. He just kind of set the cues down and focused on building Cyberts, and you just, and I'm sure, family and whatever. But in the last year, he has really come back into playing again, and I think that's great. He's even been doing some of the Ghost tournaments And yeah, Rick used to play really good back in the day. So it's nice to see him back playing again. If you're from Michigan, you're aware of that, right? Because he's a Michigan guy, so we all know all about Rick. He may be a surprise to others, but here in Michigan, we're not really surprised. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, he drains it. Does he get the breakout? So good. He might be able to roll that 15 up table, but if he does, he may bump the 12. I don't know if that's where he's at yet, if that's really where he's going with it. I can't tell exactly if he can roll that, I think it's the 13, maybe it's 11 into the side, but we'll see what he works out here. Sorry, I'm not trying to shake my camera on the right, but my table, if I wiggle too much on my seat, it will do that. All right, so Mike's wondering if that breakout did him any good on the right side. Oh boy, I think Matsky came up a little short. On the left-hand view there, he's got stripes. Pretty sure he came up short on that. Maybe not. If so, he'll just play a little thin containing safety. This is tough. Not my favorite situation for Mike on the right-hand view. Little swerve action. Oh, he plays the carom. This guy, he's playing lights out. Somebody flipped a switch on Mr. Matsky. All right, so Mike tried to cut that 6-ball in the side pocket. About all he had. He didn't really have a lot. And to be fair, I think he just got a heck of a roll out of it. Good shot. He's a little short. He's going to have to come with a big stroke here. And get his cue out of the way. After connecting with the 8, because it's going to be coming off that rail fast. Just like that, you notice he jumped up. Shot it like he had eyes on it. Hey. All right, so a 10-2 scoring win for Rick Matsky in the last rack of round 1. Nice. Great out by Rick, actually. All right, so Troy Gunner's coming up on the table. Yeah, so Jared Coley's playing Mike Archibald on the right, and Troy Gunner will be playing Mark Pollard on the left. All right, so 44-30 after round 1. It felt like a little bit bigger win there than that, but it's only a 14-ball difference, which really isn't too bad. Definitely Hellcats is still in this match. Long way to go. 4 more rounds to be exact. There were 7 Masters teams here. And actually, you know, at one point, we would have 25-30 Masters teams here in the state of Michigan. But this year, since COVID, really, the numbers have been way down, but they're up from last year even. So it's nice to see that they're starting to come back around. In Michigan, we also only have 2 divisions. So we don't have like an intermediate division. It's either you're an open player or a master. And so, that's it. You got open or master. So a lot of people get pulled up into the masters soon. But in the state of Michigan, to be fair, these guys here, when they come in, they'll come in 5 deep on the masters teams. 5 masters, no question. Usually, very rarely do you see an open player on a masters team here in Michigan. They'll just split up. Oh, was it hot? My husband just went, is this one mine? Or is that one yours? How do we know? Oh, latte. Okay. My husband went and got me coffee. Latte. And, and it's scalding his hands. He tried to carry him all the way here from down the hall. There's a really good coffee shop in between the casino and our hotel. But you got to walk down a really long hallway to get there. And he's carrying 2 really hot coffees with him, so poor guy. He doesn't have fingerprints anymore. I might be in trouble. All right, so both tables have some pretty messy stuff going on. Looks like the table on the right, Jared Coley's matchup with Mike, may have some little tuck and move stuff going on. And then on the left, Mark and Troy's table looks like all of it's on the, on the right, our right view, sorry. All right, 3-ball combo to get started, and I think the 12-11 have lined up fine. Maybe not, but it looks like they should be okay. Scratching his head a little, Mark is. Maybe they didn't. Maybe so. Only thing is that having to shoot those, he's got to be mindful of his cue ball. He could take a double bump, which will help him avoid the scratch. Hey, what's up, folks? This is Lonnie Fox Raymond. You are watching LFR Live. This is the Michigan State Championships Men's Masters Division. They are playing a round robin. You're watching Team Hellcats versus Team Cyberts. Looks like they are in the third round. Sorry, I played some music, had to step away just for a few minutes. It's a long day doing the round robin with the Men's Masters teams, so we are going to be... it's going to be tough to stay focused to do those kinds of matches for long stretches. It looks like right now, though, Team Cyberts is down in the ball count. Team Hellcats is up 78-73 going into the start of the third round. Looks like Troy Gunner took a big loss to Mike Archibald, 10-1. Now, currently, it should be on the right, Mark Pollard versus Joe Crook, and then Matsky versus Mark B on the left. Matsky currently at the table, looks like he has ball in hand. Mark Pollard is stretching out on the right table. Let's get in table 6. There we go. Now you guys can see table 6. A little bit better. Mark's trying to get stretched out and comfortable. It doesn't look like he's being too successful. Yeah, he's trying. It's awkward because you also got a bridge in between a few balls on top of being stretched out for them. They currently are up by 5 balls. This is a ball count situation, so a win is 10 points. A loss is however many balls you have pocketed of your suit. So round 2 looks like it was definitely in favor. So these guys are kind of flip-flopping serve. They're not holding serve on their own breaks is what it looks like. Because round one, Team Hellcats had the breaks and Team Cyberts took the 5 games. And in round 2, Team Cyberts had the break. And Team Hellcats won 3 out of the 5 racks. So it looks like they're kind of going a little bit back and forth. Team Cyberts needs that to keep going that way at this point until they can maybe get through this round, and then 4th round they'll have the break again if they want to get back in this matchup. All right, so it looks like Matsky is playing great today. Pretty excited for him that he's playing well in this event. Right, so nice shot there by Rick. All right, so this could be a little tricky. He may bump the 8 here, which could be no good for Rick, to be fair. Because I think the 8 may go past the 2 right now. But if he's... Okay, so he's able to avoid that, but he may have just taken the pocket from the 8 ball. Maybe not. Yeah, he's making a little bit of a face, if you could pull him back and see that. Let's see if I can pull this back so you can get a little bit more of the player. All right, so Joey's playing a safe on the right. I mean, you know, I think it's Mark. Yeah, Mark. He can see the 10 ball, and I think he can even see the bottom of the 13 ball. He could return safe here. You could just thin the 13 and maybe try to tuck him on the 10. I don't know if he can hook him all the way, but he might be able to leave Joe tough. He also could thin the 10 and try to bump that 14 ball. And that would keep him under the 13, so he can't see the 7. I don't know. We'll have to see. Just like that. Yeah. He does leave Joey sight on the 3 ball, but he doesn't give him the 7. And he doesn't give him the 1. And the 3 is not really cuttable from there. Shot by Rick. I think he's trying to decide what he needs to do. He actually could roll forward on this shot if he wanted to. Unless he needs to break out the 8, which he may. But if he doesn't need to break out the 8, he could roll forward and shoot the 10 in the left side. And if he does have to break out the 8, that changes things drastically for Rick. Okay, nice stroke there, nice touch. Oh, no. Doesn't think about the travel path of the cue ball after he bumps the 8. I think I would have preferred to see him hit that with a little bit of pace. You kind of sometimes when you're having to break balls out, last thing, you almost kind of have to shoot them with a little authority. You know, fortune does tend to favor the bold. You're going to get, and in those situations, you actually need a little bit of a roll in order for it to go in your favor. So, sometimes hitting them with a little more pace works out a little better, I've noticed over the years. All right, so Joey is also stretched out, similar to Mark on table 6. Joe's just going to kind of play a containing safety. Although I think, oh my goodness, he just drained that shot. Did he just hit it like that? Oh my. All right, let's go to this right side cam. I'm going to see if I can find that replay real quick. Let's see. Let's go. Joe's just gonna kind of, here you go. He drains it. Oh my goodness. How does he hit that, folks? How does he hit that? All right, we'll go back to our split screen 2 table. They're kind of waiting right now. Let's refresh my score sheets. Oh, oops, wrong one. All right, so it looks like Rick has another big run there, gets his team back in the lead. Cody will be playing John Demetrius on the left table 5, while Joey finishes this rack over here against Mark Pollard. Nice attempt. A little bit of back and forth action for these two. John Demetrius racking on table 5. That guy needs to play the lottery. Right, Tony? That guy doesn't need to play the lottery. He is the owner of Cyberts. He doesn't need to play any lotteries, I'll promise you that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was sitting here thinking about that. So Rick is the original owner, him and his dad, of Cyberts. And now I think they have some partners in that, but that's, you know, none of my business. I don't have much to do with that. So, but Michigan has produced a lot of great businesses and pool ventures. Like, for example, the VNEA, the Valley National A-Ball Association, is their headquarters is in Bay City, Michigan. So this league organization that's now on an international level actually originates in Michigan as well. So the Valley Table was produced in Michigan, and we've just done a lot of cool things. And of course, Cyberts, and there's been a lot of great innovators in our sport that have come from Michigan. It was nice seeing Greg Elliott, the executive director and owner of VNEA. The owner and executive director of VNEA stop in today, and we saw his son Brian yesterday, who's the head of marketing for Valley, and of course Mike Stills, and I think I'm saying that right, who is actually shadowing with Greg right now to become our new executive director. So we got to meet him as well. Having the Michigan State Championships here in Soaring Eagle, kind of central in our state, allows us to touch base with the executives and the powers that be in VNEA, and I appreciate all of them stopping in and saying hi and checking out the Michigan State Championships. So, I know what they do is what they've done with pool is a little bit different than what some of the other organizations have done, but for me personally, VNEA was a big inspiration to why I do what I do today, not just streaming, but playing professionally. If I had not played in some of the VNEA events, I would not be where I am today, in my personal opinion, so I'm pretty grateful to the organization. If you've never played VNEA, make sure you reach out and try to find your local vendor, your coin-operated vendors, because they are the ones, if they that they can get the Valley tables or bring the league systems to your local bars or establishments. All right, so John's really looking it out. Can't tell if he's going to go for the 7-3 combination. I can't tell exactly what he can see here. Oh, you know what? He's got stripes, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. All right, so we got Joey over there on the right trying to get something done. Oh, he's got solids. I wondered. I thought he was shooting at the 7-3. All right, so Cody's coming to the table. He is going to have ball in hand. John probably knows that's no bueno. He probably going to have a seat and relax and hope he gets another shot. Looks like Cody's able to set that cue ball down right in that little gap there for easy cueing to get that 11 ball out of there. I do think the 15 probably, you could probably cheat the pocket and make it past the 3, but he may just opt to shoot the 11 and bump the 15 forward, pushing it towards the top left-hand corner pocket. Joey's going to slow roll kick at this 7-2. And he hits it a little firmer than I think he intended to. But he did get separation, so limits some of the safety plays that Mark can return. Tony, oh, I've given him some of my paychecks. Yeah, me too, buddy. Lots of them over the years. What's up, J. David? ¿Cómo está? All right, so Team Cyberts is up by 5 balls, taking advantage of Team Hellcat's breaks. They're seeming to be able to get back to the table.
This is a round robin format. If you want to follow along, you can go check it out on CompuSport.us or CompuSport.ca will get you there as well. You can follow along with all the other teams that are going on here. We've got a women's open division. We've got a women's masters division. We have a men's open division. Lots of cool stuff going on. Lots of different ways to get involved at the VNEA, and all you have to do is play Pool League and get 12 weeks in. That's all, and you're eligible for any of their, well, the state tournaments in your area, in your state, or you can, that allows you to go to international championships as well in Vegas every year, the week before Memorial Day and then the week after. You don't have to win your way in. You just have to play your leagues and pay your entries, and you're eligible for any of those events. One thing I really enjoy about VNEA is that unlike some of the other league organizations, they do not. Nice hit by Joe on the right. Made a real nice kick shot hit on the 4-ball there. So one thing I really enjoy about VNEA versus the other organizations is that you only have, they have 3 divisions, primarily, the Open, the Intermediate, and the Masters. And based on where you play, whether you're an Open player, an Intermediate player, or a Masters player, you play in that division in the singles, and it's a straight race. So if you're an Open player, you're going to go to whatever the Open race is. So say it's 3. You're an Open player, you're playing everybody a race to 3. You're not playing one person a race to 3, but then spotting this other guy, so you're going to have to play him 5 to 3 or 5 to 1 or 5-4, you know. It's just a straight race to 3. And then the Intermediate, if you're an Intermediate player, you're just playing them a straight race to 4, 5, or 6, or whatever the number is. They don't micro handicap inside the divisions. And so, and you also gain your master status based on it. And you can get moved up based on known playing ability. I'm not saying you can't. They've done that to a few people over the years, Molly Bontrager being one at the international level. But you typically, if you're just a middle-of-the-road player that likes to play Pool League and you want to come in and be competitive, typically you just go to, you just go to the Open division and you have to win your way through. And as you win, you'll move up based on your, you know, your showing at each event. Sorry, guys. Somebody just popped over here to the booth and wanted to meet me. I went into the Michigan VNEA pool Facebook page, and I seen all the people that were in there, and obviously I'm from Michigan. And so there was a few people that were part of that page that I was not friends with yet. And so I friend requested quite a few of them. Simply because if I'm here and I'm doing all this and being a Michigan player, I like to show support. And of course, it never hurts to meet all your people, right, from your state. So I did that, and one of the players that I had sent a friend request to just came up and said that she was so excited when she seen that I had sent her a friend request, which you know I take as a serious compliment. So I was like, yeah, it's really nice to meet you, and you know I seen that you were part of the Michigan VNEA family, so I wanted to make sure that that you could access, you know, my streams and the things that I have going on since I am doing this event. So yeah, it was nice. So occasionally if I mute my mic, it's because someone's walked up on me. Typically when I do WPBA events, I'm in a little booth. And, you know, there's not an easy way to get in the booth. And so it's actually, most people don't even know how to get into it. And so for me, being out in the open, sitting on the stage the way I am here at the Michigan event is really cool because I'm more out in the middle of the surface of the room, like seeing players, and you know, I can see the whole room, and I'm not tucked into a little bitty booth, which my booth is not little. It's like 6 by 6. It's pretty good, actually, but on tour. But I didn't want to use the booth for this event. I didn't want to be kind of stuffed away, even though my booth would have been sitting on the stage and everybody would have been able to see it. I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted to be more open. So that's another reason why I've been twiddling with the sound quite a bit for this event. So yeah, it's been interesting. I normally don't have to use any noise gates or anything, so I am familiarizing myself with different ways to mess with the audio here, in ways that I don't have to do that with the WPBA. And of course, this is my set. This is not the WPBA set. They have their own equipment that I travel and I take care of and maintain. But this is all my equipment, so it's a little bit different. Pretty much the same, but a little different. So I can do things with this one on my own YouTube channel that I wouldn't be allowed to do with the WPBA, simply because, you know, there's standards. They don't get to just babble. We like, you know, they want a more professional, no babbling stream. And at least on my page, I can babble if I want to. All right, so right now the score is 97-90. Cyberts is definitely coming back into this match. They put a couple real big runs out. Cody had a nice run on John Demetrius. Rick Matsky also put that crazy out against Mark, and kicked that 8-ball in like it had eyes. Jared Coley is currently playing Tony Simmons. But Tony Simmons looks as though he is he's making a quick move on this. Unfortunately, the 8-ball is just, I think, in a bad spot, so it's a little difficult. Looks like Jared's gonna put some work in here. I don't know if the 12 goes past that 2 up table or not, but Jared's got some work to do. And Troy Gunner. Is it Troy yet? No, I am sorry. Joe Crook is back up against Mike Archibald. Mike has played really well in this matchup, so he had a nice break and run against Troy in the last round. Got some work to do, though. He's got to figure out how he's going to bump up that 14, open up those 2 balls there. All right, so he doesn't get the breakout Mike on the table 6 there. All right, so actually, I know that, like I said, I know he doesn't make that ball. The kind of is a bummer for Mike on table 6, but Joey comes to the table, doesn't have ball in hand, but he does have a pretty open table. I would say from the very gate, if I were him, I would really, really focus on figuring out how to get that one ball out right away. You don't want to leave it till too late in the rack. If you have intention of getting out, you got to just go for it. All right, nice breakout by Jared Coley on table 5. Jay David just finished mulching the backyard flower bed. Break time. Yeah, there you go. Get you iced tea. Okay, so if you're in the South, do you prefer, so you're in Texas, do you prefer sweet tea or regular tea, Jay David? You just do, some people like my husband, he does not enjoy sweet tea. He only likes regular tea, unsweet tea. All right, so next round we're going to have Team Triple 60 on the stream tables. I will be stopping and rebooting, and I apologize for that, but it's just easier for people to go back and watch the matches if they're individualized instead of like 6-hour blocks of matches. For me, that's just, it just makes more sense as well for my content. People to watch it. Right, so Joey didn't quite get that one out of there. He has some options. I mean, he can play a safety, and he may very well play a safety here. If anyone here is friends with these gentlemen from Team Hellcats on the Facebook or any of the social media platforms, I'd really appreciate it if you could take a second just to share the stream to their socials. Also, please, if you're watching, take just a few seconds to hit the thumbs up button for me. I do believe if you're watching from your TV, you can still push up, and then it'll show you the thumbs up. I think that's the way it works from the TV. If you're watching yourself, like from your phone, of course, it's super easy. But we could get some likes. We've got a few people watching. I know it's hard. It's early. Plus, to be fair, the expo's going on, and there's some other really big events going on. So we're going to be struggling to get the viewers. If you guys could share it, we totally appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please take 2 seconds to subscribe. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you a penny. All right, so Jared Coley takes that rack from Tony Simmons. 10-5. Going into round 4. Joe Crook has started round 4. Yup, Joe Crook is starting round 4. Rick Mansky's coming up against Mark Pollard. Table on the left. Cody Myers is on deck, waiting to play Mark B. Right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Had to mute my mic for just a second. My husband wanted to ask me if I needed anything from the room, but I don't. I'm good. Sorry, I know I just shook my camera. All right, so this 8-ball for Joey Kruk. Okay, and that's it. 10-7 win. Joey probably shook his head. He feels like he maybe got a little fortunate there, but a little back and forth action, and it is what it is. Team Cyberts wins 3 out of 5 games in round 3. And holding serve starting round 4. You see that? Joey was the first game right here. I'm kind of circling it with my mouse. Cody Myers coming up to the table to rack against Mark B. Yeah, so Rick is playing pretty good. He's played really well these last 2 matches. Right, so he's just playing a bit of a containing safety. Not really containing much. He's popped open that 10 ball. Now, Mark really has everything open for the most part. It's just going to be about choices and playing proper position from one ball to the next. Nice shot on the right. Hold on, guys. Somebody's popping in the booth. All right, everybody. So that was really nice. I had a nice lady come up and say that she was watching the stream at home and it got her all pumped up to come up and play yesterday. So that's nice. And that's exactly why I do it, right? Because I don't really do it for me, obviously. I'm trying to promote the event. I'm trying to promote the players. I think that when there's some great talent in the amateur pool, and I don't think a lot of people get to see that as much as it should, because there's a lot of streaming is focused on just doing professionals, which, I mean, I can't really snub my nose at that because I also stream professionals, but I think it says a lot. Like, I think that we should have better quality streaming for amateur players, and not a bunch of useless babble from people who don't really play well, right? So at least I can try to bring some insight, you know, into the game from a different perspective. Wow. That cue ball really tracked on the right table. The cue ball really tracked pretty far. Looks like Mark on the left table on table number 5, Mark Pollard, it looks like he's going airborne. We'll see if we can catch a cool replay if he makes this 10 ball. Let's go. I love it. He was uncomfortable and he pulled back off the shot. Very smart. Those of you guys who are in the chat at the moment, anybody, what's your favorite jump cue? Oh, so close, and he loses it. Oh. Loses the cue ball. Brutal. Brutal. So my favorite jump cue right now is I have the air rush. I was torn between the air rush and the air drive 3, which is a mez cue. Both of them jump super well. I gave my husband the choice. I said that, you know, I want a new jump cue, Christmas, whatever, however you want to do it. Wow, nice shot on that. To the table to the right. Nice bank by Mark there. And I said I like the air drive 3 or I like the air rush. Both of them I have jumped with. I like both of the cues. In my opinion, they're two of the best on the market right now for jumping. Not opposed to any of the new stuff through 0060, all of that. These are just my preferences. But both of them jumped so well, it didn't matter to me which one. And so I ended up getting the air rush for Christmas from my husband, which was a super nice present. Oh boy, 2 rails in the wrong pocket. Oh, doesn't fall in the wrong hole. So we're going back in action here. Cody's got a good opportunity to take all this ball count and at least get the win. And I think Matsky just won himself another one, which is pretty awesome. He's been playing really well in this matchup. I played good in the first matchup too, though, but he's won all his games so far here. Score is currently 127 to 108. Seiberts is trying to pull away, having the breaks in this round. It really hasn't made a huge difference because these guys, Team Hellcats, they've gotten a 7 and a 6 off of Joey and Rick's breaks, so they could have potentially won those racks. But it's made a huge difference for Seiberts trying to extend their lead. Means that they were down at the start of the last round, and they have brought it back in. All right, so Cody's working his way out. Jared Coley's breaking on the left against John Demetrius. Cody's got a pretty simple out here. He can pocket this 15, draw back 6 inches, or none, 2. Didn't matter. A stop shot, he would have still been sitting good on the 8. So there we go. Cody Myers wins 10-7. Another close one where Team Hellcats could have broken serve there and taken a win off of Team Seibert's breaks. All right, so Troy Gunner's going to be breaking on the right against Tony Simmons. Tony Simmons, little info about Tony Simmons. He got 2nd in the men's open division yesterday. Congratulations to him on a really solid finish in the men's open field. I think him or Trevor, either one, could have easily won that event. It was just who got a good jump in the finals, and Trevor was a little more successful at that. Not gonna lie, I won $5 off of Trevor winning that tournament. He was my pick of the field early. Got lucky and picked a good one, I think. Oh, lost the rock. It's dark in there, Troy. That's not where you want the cue to go. Unfortunately for Troy, the way it works in VNEA, Troy will be able to, or Tony will be able to shoot from behind the kitchen on the break. Even though it is ball in hand, it's behind the line in VNEA. It is not anywhere on the table. So when someone scratches on the break, they got to start from back there. Sorry, I'm making some noise with my headset. It's super nice to see Greg Elliott, the owner and executive director of VNEA. He's actually still here. He's hanging out. It was awesome to see him. I haven't seen him in forever, so it's been a couple years since I was out in Vegas, since they inducted me into the Hall of Fame. That was kind of the last time that I was out there, so it is nice to see him. He looks great. Right. Jared's got a decent start on his way out in this rack, or at least trying to. No matter what happens, because this is a round-robin format, no matter what happens, this match will play all the way through all 5 rounds. That is imperative with the round-robin format. So every team will play everybody else. There are 7 teams. You got That's Right, Team 6060, Team Michigan, the Talons, BC, Seiberts, and Just the Tip, and Hellcats. Those are our 7 teams playing in the men's Masters division. All right. Well, Jared's taking his time. He's going to figure it out. Jared's played really well in this event so far. Both matches we've seen him play. Pretty excited about the next round. We're going to have Team Triple 60 on the stream tables with Ryan Hogan's and Jose Lero and or Lara, Jonas Bunch. Just a really solid team as well. I mean, this is the Masters division, though. I expect most of them to be pretty solid. Okay, Troy's working it out over on the right. Jared's playing, trying to figure out this rack on the left. Looks as though, I don't know if he can shoot the 9 right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he could. He could play the 10 right now, too, but I think he'll play the 9 and draw it back. He can play the 10 and come up in between and just take his lickings if he doesn't quite get where he wants to get. Or if he overshoots the 9, he would be a little bit in trouble on the 10, so... The 13 doesn't go past the red 7, so it may be better to shoot the 10 ball now. Go one rail, back down, try to get back in between the 7, 8. Oh, he went forward, and that's fine too. Come in between the 9, 8. Now here's where he's really got to be precise, right? Like, he's definitely got to be precise on this. All right, Troy's moving some stuff around over on the right table. Solids are a little wonky. He's got the 2-5 tied up on the left long reel. Troy's tried, I don't know how many times to just smash into those balls on the right side, and it's just not working out. It's like you just keep digging the hole, right? But you can't quite get out of the hole. Definitely par. That's the way pool is. It's like you miss the breakout once, twice, and it's usually like 3, 4, 7 times after that. All right, so unfortunately, Jared shot that 13 ball and ended up freezing up next to the 8. John's taking a quick look. Ooh, nice safety. Nice safety there by Tony. Just a little tap-tappy. Jared's going to swerve around the edge of this 8 ball and kick this 9. I think he's called it up by that. In the top right corner pocket by the 3. Doesn't quite get there, but that's okay. Tony's got work to do if he wants to complete this rack. He doesn't have the, oh, it's John. Sorry, Tony's playing on the right table. But, like, got a good testing starter shot. I think he pretty much has to shoot the 3. We'll see what he chooses to do. Right, so John on the left hit that last shot really well. So he's going to come 2 rails and out for the blue 2 in the top left corner. Preference here, he can come 2 rails around for this 8, or he can just slide draw it over to the right long rail and back across. Totally a preference. Good thing with a little outside, he's going to throw the ball to the pocket. Makes it really natural when you go to the right long rail that way with some draw. All right, nice little out there from John. All right, Jared's going back to his table. He got him a 6, which is perfectly fine. 10-6 win for John Demetrius. Now what the score line is here. All right, so right now the score is 143 to 125 with 6 games to go. 1 being played right now between Tony and Troy. Looks like Mike is coming to the table to rack. It'll be his break against Rick Matsky. So it's 143, 125. So it's 18 balls difference. That's not to say that Team Hellcats can't come back right here. Definitely have a chance. 18 balls is not enough to say the match is over, but they have to play all the way out. So if it gets down to the last game and they're real close, it could be a winner take it all. All right, so Troy's got the ball in hand. He's got to figure out which direction he would like to go. My guess is he has to shoot the 5 and then play the 2. I think that's a 2 off the 11 ball to open up the 7. Now he's going to want to shoot this and probably not shoot it with a lot of pace. He just wants to knock the 11 to the bottom short rail. Yeah, see, he's making sure where he bumps it at, where it's going to go. He doesn't want to hit it too hard because he doesn't want to come off the rail and get in the way of the 7. The only bad thing is that he kind of has, because he doesn't have enough natural angle, he may have to play it with some pace and bank it out of there, but maybe he'll get lucky and it'll bump the 8 for him, because I don't think the 8 goes either. except maybe into the left side pocket. Just gotta hit it with enough pace that the cue ball comes back off the rail and back out so he could shoot the 7. Oh, he forgot to hit the 11. He went rail first into that ball and then, which is fine. I mean, those kinds of shots are preferential. It's tough, but this match is not over. Team Cyberts is only up by 18 balls. That's not a big up when you got 6 games to go. It could very easily swing either way. Both of these teams are master level players. They're not open level players. So they are capable of getting up and breaking and running out if necessary. Ooh. All right, Mansky jumped right up. He's ready to go. I don't know if these guys are aware of the score or they're not aware of the score, but it's close. Oh, nice touch by Tony Simmons there on the right. I don't know. Not exactly sure if he can play the combination into the 15 or if he will be playing some type of safety. I'm not necessarily opposed to him just thinning that stripe that's, oh, I think it's the 10 ball. It might be the 14. That's 14. If he thin that, if the 7 doesn't go past the 11, I might just thin that and separate it a little from the 8 and go up table somehow. Looks like he's going to the air. All right, well, you can do that too. Oh boy. Little awkward on the 5. It's back cutting the 5 quite a bit. He can play the 1 if he'd like. I think the 1 led him to the 8 though, so he didn't really want to. Oh gosh. That was a great shot by Tony. I don't know if I caught that fast enough. We'll have to go back and see. Play a containing safety. Nope, that's the wrong replay. Let's see if we can figure out the right replay. There we go. Let's see. All right, so he misses the ball in the side. Tony does on the right. Oh, I just miss it. I have a 10-second gap to grab the replay. So I just missed it from Tony. Okay, so Mike's got a mess right there. In the middle of the table, he has all those stripes that are surrounding the 8 ball, but it's a big old mess. He's trying to see if he can see anything out of those packs, if like any of them carry him off another ball or vice versa, whatever. He may be able to cut the 14 very thinly into the side. I can't tell from this view. And come around 1, 2, potentially 3 rails, but he's got to catch the window between the 10 and the 5. Or you can just play safety. Oh, alright. Try to do a little kick push. Wonder if he plays a little one pocket. Alright, so Troy's trying to figure it out because I don't think the 7 goes past the 11. Or he'd have probably already shot it. I don't know if he has enough of that ball to do that. Alright, Matsky gets another one. Gets him another one. I think he won all his games in this match. MVP for Rick Matsky. MVP from this match. Alright, so Cody's up on the left. Troy's still playing his match over here with Tony. Tony's at the table at the moment. Jonah just won some money. Jonah won some money. That's something that's kind of fun here too. They give money away at this event. They take all the players that are on rosters for this event, whether they're playing singles or they're even teams. Like Troy Gunner, he won $50. My friend Kat, she won $50. And they just randomly draw names and give them money. It's kind of fun. Troy said, "Yay, I can eat now." So I thought that was funny. Okay, so we snuck that one out. Let's see what the score changes to. All right, so it's 163. Troy does get that one down. So it's 163 to 134. 144, 151, 164, 174. So the best that Team Hellcats can do is 174. So in order to guarantee that Team Cybers wins this match, they've got to win out from here and hold Cybers to 9 balls to tie. Right? 10 balls to... Yeah, they got to hold them to win out, hold Team Cybers to 10 balls between 4 games. If Team Cybers makes 11 balls, they win. No matter what. So in the next 4 games, if Team Cybers makes 11 balls, they win the match, guaranteed. But if Team Hellcats can win the next 4 racks and hold Team Cybers to 10 balls, they will win the match. It's weird because I feel like this match has taken a little longer than the first match, and I might be wrong. It probably is less time, but it feels longer. Trying to see who all is still in the room, if I can see who's playing. If we got any teams out there that we know that are still playing. Trying to check it out. Can't really see. I got my glasses on today. I do like my glasses, though. They're easier to wear. The best thing about this menu, honest to God, is that it's tiered, so you can see every single tier. After this match, I will be rebooting. Okay, let's refresh the score and see what's going on up in here. Yep, same thing. Cody's making big moves right here. This is his last rack for the match. It's gonna be all he's got. You know, roll this 10 ball forward, shoot the 8 in the bottom left hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to solidify between these two wrecks. It's going to solidify the fact that Team Cyberts will win this match, but they do have to play it all the way out. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 10-1 win for Cody Myers and Team Cyberts. Jared Coley on the right, playing Mark B. Troy Gunner coming up to play his last round against John Demetrius. All right, so what's going on here? Sorry, I have people messaging me. There's things coming at me from all directions today. I don't know if it's just because it's Saturday, but my phone's going crazy. Yeah, so it's a 165 is the best that they can do. Team Hellcats, so they are not going to be winning this match, but they want to try to accumulate as many points as possible, just in case it comes down somewhere where they need, they're tied with someone in order to get place. They will have, you know, all the points needed. They're really tight in this match, though. I think they've done a really good job of scoring lots of points against Team Cyberts. Quite a few 6s and 7s. That tends to be a problem. Usually, when you're losing with 6s and 7s, that in your brain makes you feel like you should have probably won. All right, so Troy came up a little short here. Doesn't catch the window for any of the 3 balls that he has on the table. So that's brutal. Well, I'm just really surprised. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like as though this match has taken exceptionally long compared to some of the other matches today. And well, the first match with Cyberts and Team Michigan, that one, I felt like it went pretty quickly. I mean, they started a few minutes late, so maybe that's why I felt like it went behind, but we'll have to start noticing like what time they start, all that kind of stuff. All right, down to it. Good shot by Mark on the right. I accidentally kicked my camera stand. It did some wiggling, so I apologize. Like, the camera was bouncing. That would be my fault. All right, so I want to say thank you to those of you guys who are watching. If you could take just a second to subscribe to the channel, it's totally free, doesn't cost you a penny. It does help me out quite a bit so I can continue to broadcast these events to you guys free. So any and all sharing or subscribing or just hitting the thumbs up button for the video itself, I would appreciate that as well. Of course, I do accept donations. You're always welcome to do that. Hi, Jude. It's happening. Good afternoon. I know there's a lot of good pool going on out in the pool world today, but this men's masters division is pretty sporty as well here at the Michigan State Championships. Although I'm not going to lie, I'm ready for them to switch teams so I can take a small break. Yeah, the round robin can be a little bit of a pain in the butt when they get to them last couple of rounds and you know the winner's already been decided, because it's real hard for teams to come at it with their best, right? Like when they know they've already lost the match. And to me, that's difficult. It's difficult as a team that they know is already lost, right? So with the round robin format, these gentlemen, oops, if it wasn't for these, if it wasn't round robin, this match would be over. But because of round robin, they play all the way through all 5 rounds every match. So it can be a little bit of a long match. All right, well, I really need them to pick up the pace. I don't know if I got enough coffee for me today. All right, guys, give me just a second. I'm starting to get a little distracted, so I'm going to step on the sidelines to stretch a little bit. I don't want to get too much more distracted. All right, guys, so we're down to the very last game of this match. The score is currently 188, Team Cyberts to 146. Not much Tony can do to save this match, but he can try to get as many ball count and possibly win for his own personal benefit and for his team's. But Team Cyberts will come out winner of this round. We will have Team 60 up next on the stream table. I'll have to look and see exactly who they'll be playing. I'm going to reboot the stream after this. Good afternoon, Jude. I hope you're still hanging in there. I know you're probably popping in and out just to, because I know the expo's going on. So I know a lot of my guys, my favorites, are watching the expo. I don't blame them. I would be watching the expo too if I could, but I do love my Michigan guys, so my Michigan peeps. This is my home turf, so I was really happy to be a part of this event. But you guys know, if I wasn't already committed to this, I'd be doing the expo as well. The WNT Matchroom event. All right, so my husband just got back from his trip. I bet you are watching the expo, Jude. I would be too. And you know, there's great matches going on. They got a great field there. Pretty excited for that. Oh, no. Oh, that's good. Guaranteed third. Good job. Good job, Shell. Oh, you know, speaking of that, let me do that really quick. Josh Filler playing in the finals right now. They're already down to the final match. I'm gonna find our text messages, Shell. Oh no, Shell, I think I lost it, our text messages, and I'm not sure I saved it. Could you do me a favor? Could you text me real quick on my cell phone so that I can send you that list? I don't know where it went. I don't know where our text messages went. I think I lost them. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Team Cyberts is victorious over Team Hellcats. Thank you to all the people at home. I'm going to reboot the stream just so this is a little bit easier. Final score is 189 to 156. Team Cyberts is 2 wins in on this round robin format. This is Lonnie Fox Raymond. You're watching LFR Live. And we'll be back in action shortly with Team 60 and Just the Tip. So lots of stuff. Who's on Just the Tip? Let's see. Just the Tip. Let's look at them. Chris Larrabee, Dave Drake, John Sullivan, Mel Rundell, Sam Gazzarato, and Steve Blair versus 60, Aaron Caniglio, Jonah Bunch, Jose Lara, Ryan Hogans, and Tony Miller. So let's go, you guys. I'm I'm going to send Michelle this thing real quick. I'm going to shoot you guys a quick promo video for VNEA. This is Lonnie Fox Raymond. You're watching LFR at the Michigan State Championships, VNEA 2025 at Soaring Eagle Casino Resorts and Hotel.